Hey YouTube, it's your girl Duchess back for another review, and we are back with Ruthless Season 5, and we're going to do a little combination review here, episodes 7 and 8. Let's go. So episode 7 left us with Ruth and Daikon. Well, the new Daikon. Shall we call him Rivers? You know, they're at odds, fighting for power, and Ruth was trying to poison Rivers with this celebratory dinner that she prepared with lots of poison. And he decided to give up his seat for her daughter and asked Callie to sit at his bowl. And Ruth had to sit there and watch her begin eating the poison. On the other hand, Daikon River, he learned that Ruth is not really pregnant. The old elder mother kind of gave him that tea, and he hints at Ruth that he knows. The other thing that happened in episode 7 is Zane. Ruth charged Zane to kind of look out for the kids. I think that kind of happened in episode 6. So she has her over there working with the headmaster, staying close and, you know, keeping an eye on Callie, because obviously he's using tactics to brainwash these kids and they can't be harmless. So that's her charge. Lastly, it is becoming increasingly dangerous for anyone to be near the highest because they are withholding his psychotic medication that is supposed to be in his food. And the elder mother is back cooking for him, and he's waiting for her food to give him that relaxation. And I still don't know if she's giving him that medicine, because he is hallucinating about some wicked stepmother or something. He's losing his mind, as if he was not already crazy, but it's on another level. So that's unfolding as well. Anybody can get it at any moment. It's just a matter of how he's feeling when he's near you. That's episode 7. Let's get into episode 8. One quick thing. River was bluffing. He did not give Ruth's daughter a poisonous bowl. He was on to her, and he wanted to make her sweat and squirm, but he let her know clearly he would not hesitate to take her daughter out if she tried anything like that again. Let's try to get along, shall we? Episode 8. All right, so the FBI is over there at the sheriff's office with the reporter, kind of planning their strategy to get her in and get some footage on what's happening over there. Andrew is still really behind bars, despite his efforts to be kind of like a wingman, so to speak. He hasn't made any ground just yet. The FBI is trying to make their move using this reporter and not utilizing him. They don't realize the pecking order that has changed in there, though. I think that they're operating with the sense that Daikon, the regular old school Daikon, is still the one in power, not so much as Rivers. But Rivers did contact them because, let's say this. Rivers made connection because they were running low on supplies and food. They can't get out to go and get things because the FBI got all the roads blocked. So he had to get creative. And he sort of made a dancing deal with the FBI so that they can get food and medicine and things in there, because if they run out, the heist is going to start offing people just to make the supplies stretch further. Ruth, it is the morning time, and Ruth is in the trailer with the highest. He has finished his breakfast. He's still very edgy, but he doesn't understand really why. He just knows that he's not in that euphoric mood, and he's normally in a much better mood after he finishes his meal. So Ruth starts to please him using her hands. Y'all read between the lines, okay? She started to please him using her hands because she didn't realize that he was still edgy, and the more that she can keep him relaxed and her power over him by any means necessary, or let's say her influence, she's willing to use that. So he's almost at his peak. Somebody's knocking at the door. They want to ignore it, but it's Rivers. He busts in. They keep going because, of course, Ruth wants to show him, I got this on lock. And he bites he plays along with it, and he's there to report all his good news. We got meds, we got food. I hope you enjoyed your food. I made that happen for you. Everything is all well. And guess what else we got? We got an ultrasound unit. We're going to be in the medical quarters today. We get to see your baby. Y'all know Ruth is not supposed to be pregnant. I was suspecting that around episode 3 or 4. Ruth don't break a sweat though. Not in front of River. But honey, River is cheesing like a Cheshire cat. Meanwhile, back at the FBI, a lawyer has showed up to see his client. Y'all remember in kind of like the first 2 episodes where it was like the shootout between the FBI and the cartel and the highest camp? Like all of that was going on when they had escaped and the highest had been kidnapped and all of that. They had caught this girl that is believed to be a part of the cartel. But it's something strange about her because she maybe is, but she was kind of on her own mission. So she was her own little army out there. But they have her arrested in a cell and her attorney is there to see her. They was not expecting that. But they got to let the man see her. So they get a deputy to walk him back to her. Meanwhile, back at the camp, Ruth and Zane meet up at like one of the picnic tables under the gazebo, and Zane is coming to see her urgently, and Ruth really does not have time. Like, she is stressed, and so Zane is concerned about her, as well as she needs to let her know, like, I can't be watching these kids. You got to give me something else to do. And Ruth is like, I can't deal with this right now. Like, I really can't deal with this right now. I can't. She was like, Ruth, he assaulted me. The man RPE'd me. I just can't do it. I can't do it. And Ruth is like, basically, can you just take one for the team? Wait a minute, girl, what? It's too much what they have to endure, but seriously, this is what people go through. And she really doesn't have anybody else. So Zane is like, please don't ask that of me. He hurt me. He assaulted me. I can't do it. It was like, you got to, because I can't even deal right now. Well, what's going on with you? She was like, I'm not really pregnant. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? That's not the only part. River has found an ultrasound unit. So you know they're gonna cut me up in a million pieces when they find out that I'm not pregnant. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So you gotta do it, Zane. You're gonna have to be there. I don't know what else to do. I have to deal with this. Well, we're not gonna let that happen to you. We're not going to let that happen to you. Child, I don't know how they're going to stop it. But Ruth go on about her business. I mean, clearly, she got some planning to do. So Lacey comes and sit down with Zane. And Lacey has a plan. Zane, of course, wants to hear this plan because, I mean, her choices are really not that great. She let her know that she found out that River has a computer. Okay, and what does that have to do with us? Well, we can use the computer to get into old girl's bank account. She gave me those passcodes, remember? And that's $2 million that we can use to get out of here. We just have to get an escape plan. The sail just went out of Zane's boat or air. You know, like how they say the sail went out. The air went out the balloon. Yeah, that part. Okay, y'all bear with me. She's like, oh yeah, escape. How are we going to do that? We're going to come up with something. We have to. They depart. River finds himself in the infirmary with Sister Money Girl, because I can't hardly remember her name. We don't see her often, so we're just going to call her Sister Money Girl. And they're at odds. She don't want to see him, although she's feeling better. He got her some medicine and her favorite juice, which is the grapefruit juice. He is trying to make amends. And she don't want to, because you tried to kill me. And then when you couldn't do that, you tried to convince the highest to kill me. Like, it's just too much. I can't trust you and I can't stand you. And I'm normally a forgiving person, but you, River's like, listen, you know I don't like violence. I'm trying to survive. I would have never let him do that to you. And he was testing loyalty like I had to. I got your meds. Aren't you feeling better? And I got you your favorite grapefruit juice. Like, you really know me. We've been through so much. Like, Can we work on building trust? Like, let's just work on it. She hears him out. Well, let me get dressed. Let me get myself together. Can I help you? I mean, you can't help me get dressed, but you can help me get situated. Lacey has found her way into River's trailer. She found a computer and she figured out the passcode. She went through a bunch of them, but it was like, I am Daikon or I am Roku or Rafiki or whoever these people are. So she was able to break into the laptop and get connected to the Wi-Fi and get to the account and get it pulled up. Just as she's doing that, she hears Rivers talking to somebody outside the trailer, and she got to hurry up and put that stuff away and hide. So she hides under the bed kind of over there, and River comes in with Sister Money Girl. River's like, well, where's the Wi-Fi thing? That's weird. Well, it's still connected. Let's get into the computer. So they get to the computer and they notice that the account is already like kind of pulled up. I don't think they're actually in it, or they have to get into another spot, but he didn't leave it that way. She's like, how did that happen? He doesn't really know. And that makes her kind of like not trust him again. So things get put on pause with them. You can see her wheels kind of turning. Meanwhile, Ruth is out there washing clothes. Here comes the headmaster. So the headmaster is like, what's going on? What you doing? We need you in the infirmary. She's like, for what? What do I need to go to the infirmary for? Well, Rivers has an ultrasound unit. You're going to meet your son. She's like, well, I need to go and wash these clothes. I got chores to do. I'm not studying it. He's like, okay. So this means two things. Either you're a bad mother or something is wrong. Is something wrong? You know I'm not a bad mother. Okay, you're not a bad mother. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. Well then, if nothing's wrong, you don't want me to go and tell the highest that you're refusing to you. Baby Ruth is shaking in her boots. She don't have a choice. So she heads off. In the meantime, one of the guards come and tell the highest the same news. Let's get to the infirmary. It's time to meet your son. The ultrasound is ready. So he is on his way to the infirmary. Back at the sheriff's office, the FBI go in to check on old girl who was meeting with her lawyer. He was there to hurt her. And so she's dead. So they have that mess on their hands. But I'm not really interested in that as much unless somebody else is going to come looking for her or something. Like, I don't even understand the insert of her. They didn't get any information from her. And now she's offed. Unless that was somebody else who came to shut her up and the cartel is really going to come looking for them and they're going to have problems. So, I mean, I guess, but I'm like, what was that about? But it did happen, so I'm letting you guys know. Back at the camp, Ruth, Rivers, Elder Mother, Headmaster, and the highest is in the infirmary, all set up, and they ready to get this ultrasound. Ruth is like, I'm not doing it. What do you mean you're not doing it? I'm not taking my clothes off in front of all these people. You need to get undressed, Ruth. I don't have time for this. But this is sacred, and I don't want to do this in front of all these people. River's like, let me help you out. This is a very important moment. This is the highest son. Of course I need to be here to see this. The highest is like, listen, Ruth, this baby is everybody's, and this is a celebratory moment. Now don't tick me off, girl. Get your clothes off and get on this bed. Well, Headmaster's here just in case something goes down. He's here to keep us all safe. Now, River, I don't know about that. This old nasty man over there, RPM people. But Headmaster got me kind of fooled because I thought the way that he stood in front of that child and traumatizing her and how he kind of operates with the highest sometimes, that he wasn't a bad guy. So I'm shocked to kind of see that twist. I mean, I'm glad that they didn't show us the visual, but I don't really know what to think of him because I thought he was an ally for Ruth and that he could be trusted And now that I know that he's that deviant and he's over there training the kids, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be shocked. It is ruthless. It's a bunch of ruthless people, right? But, you know, him keeping everybody safe, clearly that's not the point. Well, that's not him. At least not everybody. Let's keep going. So Ruth takes her clothes off. And as she's doing that, I'm thinking, now, I was hoping that the ultrasound machine would glitch or something. But they gonna really do this ultrasound? She get on the table. They pull out the ultrasound gel. Low key, y'all, that was my profession for many years. So I'm watching to make sure they show us some respect. Us sonographers. I got many hats, but y'all didn't come to hear about that. Elder mother puts the probe down and I can hear the machine and I'm like, is that a heartbeat that I hear? Like, as she's kind of scrolling over her stomach and she goes, oh my God. Well, I don't know if she said, oh my God, but it was like this big exasperated kind of thing. Y'all, I think Ruth is pregnant for real. And I told y'all she was getting it on with Daikon too. If she's pregnant for real, is it the highest or is it Daikon's? I don't know, but that was the end of this episode, y'all. Let me know what you think about Ruthless. It is kind of getting, heated up a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I'm still enjoying it, so I'm here with the review. And, I combined these two episodes because it's almost like filler episodes, but just a little bit is happening. Like they're in and out so quickly. Like I feel like they're 30-minute episodes. So I just decided to combine them versus coming with a review of a bunch of nothing, then a little hint of something. So I hope you guys don't mind that. Anywho, I'll be back next week with Ruthless. That is episode 7 and 8. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. And I haven't forgot the trivia stuff that's going on. Don't get it twisted. Your leaderboards are going to be up before the weekend is out. And your bonus is how many episodes are in this review. I made it real easy for you guys. Real easy. It's your girl Duchess. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, it's an honor to be with you in this space. And I hope you enjoyed Ruthless. I'm out.